Look, those of you who disagree with the special prosecutor, and revise your notes. Right? Yes. How come, say, ono Ken Ofori-Atta obetimi atro krata dia koma the current chief of staff say wokwa akohwe ne ho yare ana okọ aspiti nti aspiti na wokọ ni nti no ene yema ono Ken Nana Yaw Ofori-Atta so wonko nti za ho ya sempapa ho. But when Ken Ofori-Atta was making people sick, when Ken Ofori-Atta ensuring that people are dying, and I don't know they are okay to some crowd. Do you know how many people have died at the era, and I say in the era of Ken Ofori-Atta as a finance minister? It's only Ken Ofori-Atta or home. People's husbands, people's sons, people's fathers died in this country when Ken Ofori-Atta was the finance minister. No man crowd for weird, and ne ono de Nyankopon pa na dom na ban na free power. Emma wetimi who said no, as I see a man crying more aspiti about down for mad people. Some of those lawyers, don't be stupid and speak rubbish to Ghanaians. Okay? A lawyer for na mugona moke kan kwasi asam no, you better shut up before we descend heavily on you people. Ni bisamo. When people's fathers, so people's mothers, people's husbands, people's wives, including your former what? Chief Justice, were on the principal street of this capital at the scorching sun in the rain, and what you can think of them. Ken Ofori-Atta was hiding in his office. He was hiding in his office and was not ready to attend to anybody. Yeah. Ken Ofori-Atta no ready cry. No. No ready. No person obey who be him. Now, as a result of this haircut or whatever, say haircut or say tepio, minimo. But as a result of this, people have died. You could see Omeri. Emonu Ken Ofori-Atta na bino, every power. Emonumpo de wetimi enya ano ne ehwene agi ahome wetimi atro krata de akoma chief of staff ne se wono kwa akohwe ne ho yare sa wo ho abodamsem nonsense of the highest order. Hey, when Ken Ofori-Atta supervise the collapse, listen, the collapse of multi-giant companies belonging to the people of this country. Oh yes. And then ubeti another voice. Last Friday, me bo voice record, me bo tape bi mamo. E kwenye fast wa. When Alhaji Sedu Agongo, the $60 million bank, Heritage Bank, collapsed in the name under the auspices of Ken Ofori-Atta and Amante. $60 million bank collapsed. And yes, sir, a dear Wakoji Lomi. No. Yeah. And bank in collapsing. Do you know how many Ghanaians lost their jobs? How many Ghanaians today are home? Just all sorts of things has happened. Under Ken Ofori-Atta, the JN Bank collapsed. Under Ken Ofori-Atta, UT Bank collapsed. And many companies we don't even know. Emende, shedio obiti se Prince Kofi Amoaben. Shedia Sebio. Papa, nice man. Shedia why ordinary namo. She indum on the namho say just like that. Emma indum ni namho. Sedu Agongo and namho crying. Just my boy, 60 million is gone. Why JN Bank? I don't know. Wom collateral ne da ho. UT Bank, minim collateral ne da ho. All right? All these businessmen today have become crestfallen. They are all throwing their hands in despair to catch a glimpse and wondering. They all find themselves tonight in the Alice of Wonderland, right? Yet, Ken Ofori-Atta's what? Data bank exists. Nipe ye dwuma and muwa asefo amunim nyansa ni data bank ye dwuma. Absolutely nonsense. Stupidity of the highest order. I'm so pissed off and angry. So uni idea wa ebe ode. Na una na be you goddamn rock. a despicable being. Nana B, you got the nerves. Who to her? I said, come on, look, those of you in parliament, the majority leader, Mahama Yarga, please, please, pay any form of whatever, any lackadaisical. No, please. The laws, the justice law of this country must be seen manifestly at work. And this is where I call on one Kisie Jabin to the highest altar of what? The man is at work. And they say data bank here, people are there, they are working our data bank. Enterprise assurance, so whatever company I don't know, say enterprise insurance, so enterprise whatever. Say a year jumana, yatum, yantum, a year juma. Is Heritage Bank working? Maybe some. Me say, are you those people saying no? Yenga Ken Ofori-Atta. Have you asked yourself? Is when Sedu Alhaji Sedu Agongo ni Heritage Bank a year juma? Maybe some. Munjeje said we are going to pitch Amra. All of these people, we need to show them. They are all businessmen of this country. Heritage Bank, a year Juma. UT Bank, a year Juma. No. But listen, John Dramani Mahama has landed as of today from is it Zurich or Munich or wherever he went. Zurich, Munich, Nina Kahon, ewa Germany. Aseme no koka oho. O see here. Oh, Sedu Agongo no down. He's such a nice man. He is the owner of this media empire, the CMG group of media. No, Nidia, Heritage Bank, Nidia. Okay, it is our papa way. So to me, be saying you may winner, and no danteya. Zero group of companies, Nidia. It's in Nipo back way. This guy can be like a pillar. He can become. He's one arm of the, you can say, the local economy. He's one of the umbilical cord of the economy. He's one of the epicenter of the economy. The same applies to when Indum. The same applies to when Prince Kofi Amoabeng and the rest of them. And the list goes on and on. And to Ghana, you may kuonwa. Woman na be being kakanga way some Prince Kofi Amoabeng no da hono. Mufa Indum Sumbra. All of these guys are part of forming the local economy, the driving force of the economy. The pivot depends on these people. No. Who Ken Ofori-Atta baya? Who show menim? Just say so. Mohini na nya ufel. So menim na nya ufel. Who show menim na okacho me say mo banks me gunu enampa. He collapsed all of these local banks and many other companies. Boneben indum the honor me wafa no da. Alhaji Sedu Agongo, my boss, no. Your friend, Prince Kofi Amoabeng, is also a friend and brother. They are all Ghanaians. Omo bomen ni penye jumaye. Boni pain omo de yemo. Hwe John Mahama. Okwe moti asem okoka wa IMF wo. Now I am looking for one president obeba. He will look at the faces of the IMF and say, "Hey, listen, guys. Henceforth, this country called Ghana, located in the middle of the world or at the epicenter of the world, we and the IMF, Yetunkwanta, Yapai. I am looking for a leader. Obekate the faces of the IMF. Say, listen, this dependency syndrome, we must depart from this dependency syndrome of the IMF. Now, guess what? So, Hisika Yekwaji IMF near saying $3 billion, whereas Ghana can give any neighboring country $3 billion and say yet ye mum ye kobo sa abosia $3 billion. But at the same time, guess what? If you go into our books, we have more than say multiple billions of dollars, more than $3 billion in the pockets, in bank accounts, in people's bedrooms, and many places you can find billions of this money in their homes. And when we are calling them, come forward. Nianji says, can you fancy your man? Hey, we are not coming. They are all on rooftops. They are sitting on rooftops, and throwing their hands, yes, and crying like babies. They are crying like babies because we are coming after them. President Muhammad IMF woninim. Or say yen IMF no, yes, he came. But at the same time, it was now John Mahama is telling the people of the offense in Ghana, including the Bretton Woods institutions, hence Ghana is going to focus primarily on what? Fiscal discipline. Mankasa fiscal. It's economic term. We are going to ensure fiscal disciplines and what have you. Do you know what that means? Now, guess what? John Dramani Mahama Ebano, one man who says seven previous on, and all this FDIC Ebanabwa, may they develop economy. Papaya niti ayati say sorry, wabanwa be cancer nyoma. Say over quantum of money, say back Ghana no. Donald Trump say, my cancer now. And they say, oh, you're president, what are you to do? Now, Osha right and left. There's no any salvation. All that you do is to throw your hands in despair to catch a glimpse of wine. The same IMF people. It happens to Jerry John Rawlings. Yeah. When Rawlings overthrew Liman, almost 2 years into that of Liman administration, when Rawlings, Rawlings, and Rawlings faced the same circumstances, and when Rawlings, all that Rawlings could do was to throw his hands in despair to catch a glimpse. The IMF of today were there, and they told him, listen, you need to embark upon what you call economic recovery program. And the essence of it will be to lay a foundation of a productive, sustainable, efficient economy, clarifying the prospect of the wealth creation in the nation under the period of what? Stabilization from 87 to 89. And as you structural adjustment and development. And on IMF, we did then by the PAMSCA, the UNDP, Global 2000. In all of what I've said, guess what? Your guess is as good as mine. Ghana, they went further, told Rawlings, Rawlings, line up your economic management team. So Rawlings line up why Justice D.F. Annan, the Nathaniel Kwao, the P.V. Obains, the Hoy brothers, and what have you. Nothing. We have been at the corridors of this IMF for far too long that you can't fathom that where are we going from here? It took only one leader in this country and the history remained same. Under the Fourth Republic, no government, no president has ever beaten that record, except to say, in 1972, when a great military officer called Lieutenant General Ignatius Kutu Acheampong took over the reins of government, he remained the only head of state who looked at the faces of the Bretton Woods institutions and said, listen, and I'm sure many of you, I wasn't there though, but at least I've come to check all the records. He remained the only leader to tell them, say, listen, Ghana will not be responsible for this debt. No, and the Kutu Acheampong Beka said, yentuya, and I'm pansu, Ghana debt ne bebre yentuya. At that time, some president here when you be baby okwi. Akufo-Addo, ne papa Edward Akufo-Addo. Any why NPP for baby a free buy no e Buzia. Why Professor Buzia or your Dr. Mua Akufo-Addo papa nso ye dem two intellectuals so e de oman we e kotibie mu ani yehu bida. Two leaders e de oman kotibie bim ne yehu bida. All right? Buzia took this country to the IMF, and eventually the Ghanaian cedi was reduced to about 41%. All right, and later went for what? Just the country was thrown into economic recession against the backdrop of what you call later Ghana, what you call the very largest public sector retrenchment ever in our history. Apollo 5-6, whatever you call it. Mokai, that's what Buzia did. And the cedi was reduced to about 41%. Kutu Acheampong took over, a military officer. When he took over, one of his priorities to ensure, say, look, agriculture becomes the hub of the growing of the economy. Just as John Mahama is saying today, agribusiness and that of agriculture. Why? Ghana, to the extent that food was in abundance, including the buffer stock was overflow. Ghana was exporting food to all the neighboring countries, including Niger and where? South Korea and Japan. Go and check the history. We have ever exported food to Japan and South Korea under the General Ignatius Kutu Acheampong. All right? So, he looked at the faces of the Bretton Woods institutions and said, listen, I will not be responsible for this debt. So what did he do? He repudiated $94.4 million against the backdrop of this. Guess what the Bretton Woods institutions did to Ghana? They canceled Ghana's trade credit. And also, wait a minute. Anyway, this is where I am looking for bold leadership. We are looking for bold leadership. We need more options than dramatics. The leaders under the Fourth Republic have become dramatics. But guess what this military junta did to the Bretton Woods institutions? When they canceled our trade credit, it affected consumables such as what? Sardine, milk, sugar, corned beef. These 4 consumables, it affected it. But guess what Kutu Acheampong did also? Now he introduced 3 fundamental keynotes. 1, he prioritized these goods. He subsidized it. And then he rationed. 3 fundamental key. Now when he subsidized, ration, and prioritize, what it means is that government will import these stuff. Then government becomes control and determine price market. So then all the retail companies, where A, B, C, D, you cannot sell price according to your own. No, the price will be determined by government. What Kutu Acheampong did was simply to ensure that the cedi, which has been reduced to 41%, will rise up to appreciate the dollar. And he succeeded. He went further to do what? To cancel the importation of cotton to the tune of 30 million Ghana cedis. And Ghana saved this money here. This is a great leader. All right? Unimpeachable in everything Kutu Acheampong did. Before his government took a nosedive, Ghana was very successful. We were at a very successful end. Why not? Kutu Acheampong at one point ended this dependency syndrome with the IMF. And then John Mohammed Jinaho. Asimu wakano, yobetimi akano wakano, nyane fault. When would this country walk away? When are we going to depart from this dependency syndrome of the IMF? And I'm obviously IMF niyakwa and one BBI is successful. Do you know what goes into it? Onwa Kufuor ne papa do the Kufuor ne NPP for asifu ye eye buze. Bisa so edi na otumi ye was say o me poto. And so near see a friend Professor Busia. Oma bon keke, they know to nothing. They don't know anything. Asiasa mkwa no mti krona no mudie. Your how ni atete beto o men so. And so sojeni o. Sojeni bae no. Do bet me here no. And I refi. Kutu Acheampong declared many operations. What? Operation Bini saying, Operation Feed Yourself. Ye refi. And then Operation Feed Yourself was because he wanted to uplift the Ghanaian spirit. And he's saying 3 fundamental key economic team. Also 1, Ghanaians must what? Must understand what you call self-reliance. Ghanaians must understand what? Local indigenization and local participation. Number 3, Ghanaians must espouse greater economic height. What are we seeing today? You are importing over 1 million metric tons of rice into the country, whereas you have over thousands of hectares of land you can cultivate the rice, and yet you are importing this rice. Bunch of useless leaders all through now till when? Complete useless, down for thieves and criminals. And you are sitting in this country, and your clergy, your men and women in the clergy, they cannot speak truth to power. All right? Ghana has become a laughing stock. We have become a laughing stock. We sit there round like this, no more shade. And the US almost face camera. Meanwhile, we have everything. In fact, Womukran is so much chasing. Woman is so much chasing. Papa Nitias as a reno, owns it in any America. I mean, what kind of nonsense is that? Look at the quantum of waste. Sika just say ye waste sika ne keke. Now be say enti munya badaye kakra de mo menya eranom na ye den Ken Ofori-Atta so nya badaye kakra de mo menya boni ben e beba to the extent say billions and billions and billions na ayira. Meanwhile we could gina IMF ekoyi ti a humble pie. Why? Enti sabri John Mahama bawo enti samudi sika ne ba no so John sika na bebre nie befa ye bedi bi kakra etimi di na de aka ne befa din quiet no abefa no de koye the so de koye than to see John Mahama traveling hovering in the airspace at the corridors of IMF yet nis kan gugu mo banks mo enye mo asum ne bono bahad and we got to abuse these people. Forget about those useless whatever human rights. We have to abuse them and take our money. We have to abuse the people. When America, when a democracy di America cronese one. Me say why? Kroben. Which country in the world believes in democracy more than the United States? But look at what is going on over there. Look at what is going on in the United States. And you think they are stupid? You think that guy is goddamn stupid? No, man, he is not stupid, right? He knows what he's doing. He's telling the people of America, say, listen, America first. I want to make America great again. And now, wojina NFL park no so. As ye rate said, how Americans believe in whether or not say, oh, shape America, you know, of course, saying 54, no, is it 54 against 47? The Americans still believe in him, say, yeah. Or yeah, you may meanwhile, nipa so who chiro. All right? Am I maybe a sheni diemo? Am I maybe a dinilemo? Please. Na mo de mo te ha, madam ho akronfo, ehwifo, and na brabafo, wonu Ken Ofori-Atta bema we. O de. And I dream in I ain't through with him yet. I ain't through with this guy, man. I ain't through with you yet, man. National security chiefs, please wake up. Mr. John Dramani Mahama, do not let any goddamn sit there and tell you, say, no, against human rights. Let's wake up. We need to wake up. Get all of them arrested. Bunch of thieves. What they are all taking safe haven at the court houses because the court have and court in John Mahama member 4 years. Now so no me could do musika. And more useless crooks. And more than tonight, my guest, Hopeson Hdorye. He's a security officer, an intelligence officer with the national security in the previous and still a security officer. There is still a security top range. And he on one, I'm in the when all the radar so busy, hey. Kisi jabe modus operandi ne nya papa nti onya fa hene eslehin nsempii ne ade ya memo akwaba
ya nua
ebrie ka se Friday ne ebebo boss kakra
yeah
and ne yasia bas but again this is a developing story nti enye wie se papa bi ram omawe mu
yeah
ye ka sei kwaye bi no nemu mipom srem nuyem nsuom yenim this e bi a wonim a wo beka special prosecutor no as of today on the red alert crab abetoso yeah he no man ye emphasis here wo hwe juxtaposing this also with John Mahama as of weekend say what in nkan was Zurich wo be say IMF adne de yes ye twe ho afi nanso ye behwe fiscal discipline me ade meanwhile sika so won crofo nsem oko kan so say national security ni ya too brutish me ade so what should we do
yo me that say me nchia omo mo hwe esa brenyina of course abusia for so ofia omo hwe Empress Michel yeah papa Sedu Agogo in fact me shared the interview no I was sad this is the man with a clean heart why na adwene se obeboa oman
yeah
and ne share banks e wa say Nigeria for banks e wa han hwe ne dodo omono ne de ya hoho omo ama omo koso
yeah
Ghana for the baako 11 yaguno go yaguno no nya boni omayo nipa ya declare no wanted opese ono nkwan ne bank na ejina eti out of that ade mi ngu adese no said e be ya me nkwan me bank be den ebetimi ejina be call baby ana ni edi nkomo na obi ka kire me one of the banks me mpese be specific na Onai, a call Nigeria.
That's right.
A cofa the Nigeria Central Bank governor. Omuye na fufu. Ono so name Ken Ofori-Atta.
Oh, I see.
Omuye close. Na papa yi koko su kire no. Ano one no ba Ghana. Eneja omo ka che Ken so papa ya bo pesu hu. Oh, ani enko hia o chebi. Ode no ko chebi mo mo kodai.
Wow.
Ti ho di komo. Papa Kutu Bible. Was one more bomba 11 minutes. And so much.
Yes. As an comedian chassis.
As an comedian chassis. Or no ankasa a year duane. Wama neira na se obi anyo. Or no ken ankasa a year duane. E mo mumia satana hudi.
Eto pono.
Or we are some because David. At the assassin soda. Yeah, no more die. Papa no says so call back.
Hopeson.
To almost sorry by 4. And then you almost see mobile no befa ne private jet. And
really? But no Nanaya Ofori-Atta ne oto omopono oye
Bibia. And he assured them, I say, oh, we bank oh BBNC. Oh, ne waka ne no ano BBNC. Papa ne lande wo. Ye kan say Abuja. No call office. The next news. This is Abuja Bank.
Oh.
And now na send a man was how. The one will call online. Hey. Papa ne say one Ken Ofori-Atta nkasa PM woni wiase.
Oh.
Catch me say I didn't know about can mean to me yet. Baba because of you. What ya antena gran you. What's that driving me out room? Aba yakwatena se. Edi ejina na so bompa ye 11 minutes.
Empire pa.
Koko yiyi ayi besi ho mo mutwitwa bi.
Nsai
Edidi ye. Wo se o ma ye ntu ye na wo fie ho. Ade ye dae. Okoko dru Abuja. Ogu bank no.
So this is a Ghanaian Nigerian bank. Akabo.
No, Ghana ni. Mese me mbese be body. Ghana ni bank. Ti say you rase do agogo bank. Sa pepe.
So ka Heritage Bank.
Me kai pa. Sa pepe o. Papa de senka, wo de ka kire me say, oh, wo dim se me nua no.
Yeah, sembi.
Asem a wo kan. Eye me nko a ebia nka metima ye. Wo de ditro bi kra say because of this that did you know. Ebia minti binye. No who say oh wabeka na what's wonye. What man assurance?
What tonopono?
Esa tonopono.
What tonopono?
Nipa bonini o.
Yeah.
Every bia o ye nipa bonini.
Last Friday we can be similar sir.
Yeah plain. Ah o kan ya kajo no. E say no. E ya no mo say ye. Sani pa no we do o ye Kristo ni pa o. Ni tibusum essence asabonsam. Essence asabonsam. Ah, look at the story I make actually. Sasabonsam crowd will not do this.
Debut.
So on that no. Enti why yes anu ma we? Aba betwam. What go for bank just like that. Banks no crowd will collapse here no. Who has a nyamba case we?
Enu no nyamba case we.
Enyamba yo.
Debi.
Said do here 9 billion and I say yisa 9 billion. Na Kwaku used to 25 billion. About 16 billion in excess. Yen kan ho asem ye. Na mo sympathize with Ken Ofori-Atta no. It seems bibi ngoye. Bibi ngoye. How can we sit in the country that one person ebetima bibia boso? Me, I am always happy. So be taking the fight on this Japadia Tina. Ghana for sutie ye, eba ye timisi sa abayan. Abayan se sa, sanse bui gabete.
So unti o.
Obe dan wati.
Obe wati.
Unti.
She ora timi sika womo recover 20 billion dollars.
Womo eyi na kise jabe. Bisa se hwan be de kise jabe ekoya ye man appointment.
Enye ewo anu e gabi asro chida kun ya.
What the Ken Ofori-Atta? What we do? Eti say wo ya wonim what is there. Eti no ye. That you see alert na wa issue no. I say what the France and Guyana account.
Mantivo.
France.
So this
is Guyana.
Said
the why they say US in the UK no.
Yeah.
Maybe I would suggest say one for France in Guyana and
So these are two latest countries
one for
France, Guyana.
Yes. Right. Now, sir, alert we no. Look, Ken Ofori-Atta cannot move from one country to another country.
Sure.
So, Okaso Okako international flight. If you are from US to
from the security standpoint.
So, baby or befabia, you issue red alert on you. Echo Interpol. Now, Interpol will feed this information into the systems
all over the globe.
And yes, can you pa? Almost a popping up.
Yeah, quite dangerous.
They are got your agent and chain. What you are not police for?
I'm not down in your
near about the pound. They say, or more you should red alert, baby, I will want the only thing you can do is over for car from one point to another point. Asa? So, before you prepare your boy, what for you prepare your do so, it's good. Say, special prosecutor, me, I issue the way. Now, me say the course we need there, yeah, say the current ministers are watching.
The current ministers,
So, do you want to be declared wanted when your time is over? Eti ubon say, wa munju ba obuba bedino, wa mu de ahweye be den. Ebeye. Say adwuma no. Eno, eda ye me de wo ho. Now, we'll continue to give the support, the necessary support to the OSP to be able to recover some of this money for the nation. Ghana, IMF, Yejina America, gidi, send of the money. 3 billion.
3 billion, yeah.
3 billion, no so grand. Yasachi Chemu in peace. Oh, trench waiver, another trench, say, ever, that didn't come. So on the now, say, what day Ghana, Kwaku share or how the current administration will struggle to operate because Saka be omuboyi afena omuba be twetwebio sa February ending March sika kese bi da ho a esese Ghana ban etua sa sika do oba betua no eye ka akufo ado ne na ban eboto da ba mi fa we ntwam omo ye yi no bi say Ken Ofori-Atta ma Mako school. Ken Ofori-Atta ma hey. Bibi ha mo ho. Omo mo kasa bibi ha mo enye sa. Look. Krom highway, krobia so. Aban bia ni ho wiska. Aban bia ni ho. Eye the citizens and ye wiska. Ye tax na ye tua no. Eno ani ya putunu together. Ani say aban fa ye adwuma ma ye. Eti akola ko school na wutua ka. Enye wo no watua ka. Yankasa yetua ye school fees. Hwe nipa bebre ohodo mo a omo busua ni ba bia nu secondary school ana say omo twam ho. Omo tua de supporto others. Eti wo no wo kokofa ne. Sasi kana e be release na nkasa nso ebi nso ho a omo twa bi na ko bubotom. Eti wo sika be na wo say wo no na ama ayifo akwayi. Mo kasa na je say mo ability akufo adokra. The president of the land now or no matter it is no. Enyo no dey pia ye Ken Ofori-Atta dey pia ye. E dey ya resem no. Monja sasem no kana emfata mo. Back to business. Hwe Ken Ofori-Atta eye obi a sasem a ekoso yi. Ensese Ghana ni bia esuma no. Ensese Ghana ni bia esuma no. What ho? Wo maame, wo papa aye adwuma mfie bebre.
Yeah.
Wo ye adwuma no say ma menye savings. Emre bi beba. Me ho beche me. Sa savings no e behwe me.
Yeah.
Emre bi ba sa savings na me ye no. Me di bi kra bebo me ba edwetri.
That's right.
Any ade. Menti bi da from Kwame Nkrumah pension. Even Gordgesburg more pension menti bi da. So why ye service now by say but me start to so much
what we seek out
what you mean you want see the grand free say e bet me pia say sika ni bia ma wa this is 2037 abodam same say e free ban And then you sit there and sympathize with Ken Ofori-Atta. Na beye na yo. Beye and yo. How can a whole former Chief Justice, ebe sorry fifie akojina wiem ekita placards say we are tired, give us our money. Na o maame ana wo nana no a ebe ya wo de hwe papa ya wa free we kama yi company hwe papa no say me a bigina hey na me ba be lanchu book na me ntimi mouse ka kese because of obisu banti was say I made a genuine money we a businessman when yeska was serve sika no enyan sika ngiti o
na kama so see we know
billions.
Yeah, so or manufacture drugs.
Yes.
They call neighboring a year.
Abandoning to Sikano so. All because of Ken Ofori-Atta reckless borrowing. You raise Eurobond. Oh, now data bank for no matter where no matter ya near Sene. I ban your chamo who?
Yeah, only Tremuyo. Just say data bank, you know. And now which of the enterprise which one?
Data bank.
As a collateral.
Anona omude edi animu ye bibia. Sika no ba data bank na habeto no. Just say aban sika bi omude ye yibia.
Ni na or that screen is.
Papa ni.
Yeah.
Me see that day me hwe no me su.
So he said
for now dear. Me ne hwe wo de betima boa 3,000. Sika di say you.
Oh.
And Kobeti Mama, even 10 million Ghana cedis say, but the support to Buguno. That's so was ya chiri me say gumechi. The minimum be near dimpo a problem. A two dear mess support to 3,000. Dear Tikroma say, now wo ye nipa, Nyanko Podia Juna 2 team from a home. Now we say, who sympathize with Ken Ofori-Atta now you pay for.
Seriously.
Let's say, oh, no, party, Papa. I never hear them party, Papa. How can we do that?
Pay you.
How can we do this? Etimedia, me say, Ghana for ye jina yen kamum. Look, say anshasi free baby a enwie o baby o. Emre bia oh, ana ban mu for diska, ana mu diska. Ye ba be yire o mu agiska no so a. Na sa kwa kodade bibi, oh fama nyame, na de nya hwe, e de kai ka ho. Edo na de eku ayi bibi man.
Na dwanto ahene fo ni name.
Hwe, emrofo no won ejo maye. Bible de kitaye no. Emrofo no can from Genesis to Revelation no. Ado mu hu say from Genesis eba no. Hono no. Sa 5 books of Moses no. Was say a hono ana de bobra ebeboa. Ye kan brabo. E hono de bobra ebeboa. Emu ho asem bi hye ho. Moses say hey, say dia fono me. Obi bo wo so mu a, wo so ma wonsem nya den. Na yinu ba ko vom. Next time o me bo obi mu. Sa. So bi tia o na so a, huri kosro, na so fasini na so cream. Next time o me tia o na so bi mu. And womu use that law of Moses. She be so be our brochire be say what the car accuse bi ka amana ka say me de amanyame. And now who hear me mo bonji kwa na. Who dey bisa? Wo pa ma 5 minutes na brochire for ngwa amfre. No mun ka say boy. Who born dog? Who wo bio? Who ni bio? Who betua? Obi ogran ba obetima ka say ka do gra on pe ka fufuro. Or beje ka fufuro no. The insurance beto ama no. That will woot ya.
Exactly.
To go read insurance. Ska will betua next time. Who just added the bill. But Ghana
before minima there have black people. How was our continent is oh.
Me am experience. Circle. Saturday no munye overhead no. Nti yes me ko Kadeshi side. Ana akwa bi free nche no. Me bona be me tika chen say hey be careful.
Yeah.
One more. Crowd. TC for no bunko to me. So bunko to me one o me me say omo mo ton ade ho nyina o anya hwe fama nyame wo de anya hwe me fama nyame no ho na ekoye me ka no
fe koma nyame na o
so obi agina ho fama nyame let's say me to me ka na me ko ekokoye me ka. That is the mentality subanya ekita bibini black man subanya ekita no that ye just say ya ebeye den ana oman no akonanim eti oye ye na otua ya okoye card tua ya next time wo ba no because hey hwe ye na obo na be obeto no boase no amanipa how many minutes how many seconds and they take you say wagina amaka twam na onso so wako. That's to say ya neko eti sa ayi abai se yaka enye Ken Ofori-Atta nkwa ho
enye Ken Ofori-Atta nkwa ho ebeto aso so on ye no apart from your special prosecutor ye no attorney general so edi no djuma issues are OSP aboboso no attorney general so additional ones bi a or so beboso eti odo no de na semia no e modu say yesu Valentine's ye die wi o
me say modu say yesu
na no wo she no say ye wi o dia
o we say yesu great ja him Valentine dura say to e wish no look ye go krom ha say Ebra aban sisa 2017. Na se aban de oka. We a contractor. We a supplier. Wa ye adwuma na sika esese ye tua oka no. Kwaku. Se wa ma ye opposite hand mu baby. Cantonment ha baby a. Wo sika no wunya nta. Wunya. Oba. Yo go so okay be there se opese meju sika no ma wontem dia. And measure 20%, measure 10%. Open so and was sign check for how mano. We sign check man. Any 1 week.
No sack.
Now we see now on sack on sika. O fa ho any one o ko ho gba ko hum for asalai. Really? Before asalai. Adentia. Is it not conflict of interest?
Of course.
Because me nua na te ha. Eti no, me di we buy ya no asan. Na manya me ho. Manya mo ho. Mo akunya ne de mo anya say obede no adi obede no I enjoy
sembe asumdwo menye di diska no
Kwaku ya ye ni ha ye nam ha ya ye ni bi wo si asori bia ye okay yes re ye ko ye baby ba free me o ye de red alert abeto me baby abiti e de ba de red alert ba abeto me so but the grofobia hodum a ebeto to mo so ebeto to mo so so de tie no ebeto to mo so look aban sheda anu yi nani that say o da say o tutu kwai o mo ntu aso tutu kwai no aye strategy o what you want na say red alert re down so a eho ada obehu se de setie so de tie no now menim say special prosecutor be feda. Look, you should write to the various embassies in this country. Say, nipa si mesi ye hwehwe no. Yeah. So alert your people for us. Maybe omo be hu no bia omo mfa no mre. Ese so oba no be answer issues na aba on board nyina. Wo kai SML. Yeah. O say ebra 484 expose that corruption near the no. Yeah. Imani gan SFne womu nyina de omanu tu. Sure. Ebeye ho ema President Akufo-Addo then yes or ma KPMG aye sir akako audit the agreement and see whatever. Look, SML in the agreement now every year ombenya 120 million. 120 million no munya no na adwuma be no moye ye wogia refo ne other agencies a omo eye adwuma no ese mo de na ye den assurance enti mo hwe se bibia betim aba nipa na wo ye adwuma no ma ne sen sei na wodwama no na boko kutua $120 million. So in the period from that time emedu say 8 years no beso no na nkrofo na nya over 1 billion with no wait time. Mo ma ye investigating hwe say ehifo e na hye SML ase. Kwaku Ghana ha yina ne etia o. Obi wa bon se no akwa fabre ni pete bia ba begina ho. Say oh broni na to Lancaster. O wa ko hwe mu na ntisa. O jaje. Oh company we ye broni we dia. O kwa ko hwe mu no na ntisa.
I mean yeah from to
look, as I said Ghana ye ko feda to investigate some microphone wo mo bank account ni ade how was sika komuni na eka eka hwe baby a no mo say omo etuatua ghost names ni ade ade no ghost names ya yetua say ni na ko bank eye den ana CEO so ni ayifo no omo timi kokko yiska no we need to investigate. The bank manager in charge I will create this ade no as a state no partnership. The relationship manager and no na facilitate yiska na bi okọ mo drive the ko nipa di fie any ade no the state must punish them. Say yes statistics yes ana there will be sanity in the system. Because me na ma church so edin ahodo si etu omoka edin akatua ni na so ko bank eye den de timi sababe di mimi boto that means say be na mi signature ho no mana. So these are some of the things as I say yetimi hwe. But for Ken Ofori-Atta me say papa ni ya no finance minister wase ono wanje aketua that day na me yemu shame Kwaku who be ye adwuma ma pan wase wonje aketua nkasa time na ngese Ghana for ye ma ya no so na nko mo sesam. And I said, what step aside? And
yeah, say, oh, on your kitchen, the neighbor or sympathization, say, a bino, on person bedding government.
How can you sympathize?
Maybe Ghana for the city, you see.
Sika de go anymore, Wushi. Was a media miming jacket, yeah. Hey, now I said, you know, near opposition. Yeah, near him said, and you go. And I'm what?
That's not a BT and so power. That's okay.
Yeah, you said, and you're my
yeah, a BT.
Let me back by your Juma Magana. Meet me free office 2 a.m., 3 a.m. When you get here. And we're quiet. The president now will appoint you on a credit jacket here.
Hey, now they also won jacket here.
One jacket here. One jacket here. Sank at the Noko told by Bitty, sir. A hifampo. A hifampo crown now, me pe baby. Anka. Yeah, didn't go to Hodoma. Nanko Castle 1 jacket near who say, oh, okay. Because maybe I will call it here. Every year, Sikagu and him, sir. And now, yeah, can say, company be now onya 120 million Ghana cedis. Yeah. Said do a gongo bank was what they said in shame.
$60 million.
Bra or Brian's would just $60 million. Will be better trans 1 year near $120 billion. Now, yes, say, ma, yeah, yeah, no. Yes, it's a Ghana for so Sanyo Manuso. And you was say yes, so. This is the man. Now, Oberidi budget. Now, the quotations yi by Obeka Cathedral Hansem. That the quotation yi will flow sa. Ye baby sia share radiant munyam. Public fancy bia enkom. Yeah. The only thing a free state a come a assassino. Apart from assassino, you have Ghana 1 peso akra a ship. Ghana for Niachi. Sabbath no ready or cast no. A fino soon ye. Now for war babium. Yes, government expenditure. You who ya say $58 million. Eshim. Hey. Na we fever ojo abamu na drawings no na yeyiwa ha ana ha se ne ye sei e kokodru ya me se esofu kusi boate nkra bo cathedral bosia 40 million Ghana cedis. Later on, I don't mutu amano. Na mbisa me honse. Eti onya sasika no. Ewe. What do you say? OSP ne other agencies no. Sasika no say or the ball cathedral Bosiano. Find out. Taxes and utuaye. What's what the ball Bosian? Later on I buy etuamano. Taxes saying anu utua free mu. A hop pe eni hiame. The whole anu wanhwe ya. Ono so no wanted no. E bi beto no so. So on yet no. Ya tena krom amanfo eje ni omo pe. Je say enu ano no. They are better than they are building this country. Better than. Be say nipa adwuma ye sorry ahumache koba nyina ne say won sabe ko wano ana me bo. Now, yesi obia ni ho a oyiwu a ewo na ewo ne nsa ho no. Wo be kwa horo. Enye dey ya odi bi be kana no. Sir. O better friend nsa kakra ana me bo. Good. Eti chese waje adwuma na obi ache obibi. Why sign contract bi no obi ama obibi kakra enkeje problem. Now to go ahead and then scam the country this way there. Ken Ofori-Atta must rot in jail.
Chese enye so okoje ba rot.
Me say he must rot in jail.
No be sure.
Me say he must rot in jail. I don't know.
Are we also looking forward to say we have to, you know, see to retrieve a sika na namne. How is the state
also data bank why you confiscate? I say scale go hold na here. Any state in there?
Aye.
Ghana
enterprise assurance and all of that.
This is the man. This is the man.
Transition say nipe wo.
Who say they were blaming Dr. Dufo?
Yeah.
So buy the bank no, let the simple.
Before bank. Oh.
Them
Let me
remember. No, say you say government funds in our hold on never. Eti na monti ase do for insurance company.
Yeah.
Wama the insurance company no ama me center of government ayi. On wa me insurance ama government.
Debbie, ono am be insurance.
No. This man, apart from data bank no. Enterprise insurance nidia. Or making sure apart from metro mass transport ana SIC insure no all government business biano one fanfa enterprise insurance asamato one fanfa enterprise insurance asamato ejafe na other insurance companies you know almost offer because one person wono pe ana nyankopon boy yefunuma no eti bibia yesika o Ghana ha bia no ese se ono no nchen eneko and we were quiet. Is it not a conflict of interest? Say wa tro letter say wa resign is no more a director of the company you know. Kwaku obi afa enterprise obi afa data bank
David
enye Ken Ofori-Atta there eye need there forever.
It's one conflict of interest inquiry another asemo.
Eye need there forever. Eye need there. So they did because you depend the paper after what we say we resign as director you know and one no ene say do agongo ka say okay crash media because of you know matwe me ho as director matwe me ho as director does it mean say enya ne dia
pa
on ton you
David
be watwe no ho and what do wa share mu say we ye director and ono nye director obetima kwa sanche go obetimi kutimi eti kandie me say Ghana for mumaye nyina yemra together what you be go who ne chia no go one few those days Omaba cabinet meeting ojina Jubilee House kwana no oba o channel good evening oh good evening no watcham o nyina hompo nkasa ho
na papa o
o nyina hompo nkasa ho kane utifie wo kam say ayi be say Sa papa we there. Every be am bomb pie.
Before bank na Unibank na.
Unibank. Unibank.
Yeah.
That will account all.
Oh, okay. Egu.
Say don't the mam go be account to grow.
I see.
Let's say don't person or call to talk a yibi. Omo man no loan bi o honum ti me ne koye no kokoye ho adwuma.
I see.
The hard was here be bank account wa. That be account. E wo honum. That me yes small a you honum. So on there.
Yeah.
Say papa be kunu because o pese obi ehun se wo ana o yesikani. Wo kwa wo bank ana chese e gina so e wo Ghana. Wo kunkrofo. Look at Kwaku Annan.
Yeah, GN Bank.
Under previous NDC administration, under Omumano, a coin say, obetimi a finance contractors. And to Omba Bitriaka, no more triaba, GN Bank or non society man at it in the and the Kwaku Annan do Masikapa. Abomudi Yajuma, Biguso, a buying Sisayano, or approaching Muna Muse Mubaya auditing. Ana moye auditing omuko ye ka ne say a site
yeah
kohwe kwa we na we aye no makohwe omaye omuwie ni nyina no they agree on a certain amount. I'm say 2.8 billion or so bibisa say eno omu ye satisfied omu betua kakra bi wo no mo na they are in dispute of that and oka say okay mo de muntua ma de ma me na Kufu adoma Ken Ofori-Atta order say ontua Kwaku Ndum nisika mano. Oh, yes sir. Ofri wa se garaway. Mo se obuti akire. Look, Kwaku Ndum ekofa Gary ne bako as lawyer. Gary. Esa fa Gabi as a rochire dako. Omu mienu as the lawyers.
Inner circle.
And wo ka kire wo mo se wo de mo ngi sika no ma ye nche no 50-50.
Oh.
Wo de mo ngi ma me na mo fa 50%, na me so me fa 50%. Besi omu ko papa isi won tua da because o tua ne bank ne besa baba etu won tua da enne obi ti baby e sympathize. Look at the number of Ghanaians ano mu yadwuma e wo GN Bank nkwa.
Yeah.
Heritage Maye, Capital Maye, we Maye.
The bank be ameti din Bruno GN.
Yes. Amafo I decided say they are putting their resources together and make sure say omo grow yi wa ha say
okay Sovereign Bank, Capital Bank.
She me bank ne nyina akwa ye foreign say nye South Africa na Nigeria sika omunya nyina no ekomu sika omunya nyina ekomu Heritage Bank nyesika ewo Ghana ha. GN Bank nyesika ewo Ghana ha. Unibank nyesika ewo Ghana. Capital nya ewo Ghana. Eso so yesi empeni sa.
Heritage the same.
Wo si empeni sa. Enti no sika bi obu benya bia no, omu fa nkwa mo no ni. Aden. E de atrimodin sem no.
How?
Now ye Ghana ni na wote ho na wo so sa de we so. Na wo so. Say indigenous banks no egro Ghana for Angasa banks no etimi gina enye Ghana for na be adwuma
exactly
obi be ka say foreign banks no say Ghana for nso na be adwuma there yes managerial positions no how many Ghanaians are there
yeah
go and check
Hopeson so mo ma meba o say I'm happy that Hopeson Hdorye saw the dangers ahead of Nanado government and opted out early because it was in that administration he became popular by slapping an opponent in the studio. I'm sure by now he has regrets behaving that way.
Administration.
Deborah, I don't know what does.
I don't know yet. May I work on my popularity.
Exactly. Good evening, Kwaku. In fact, I really like Hopeson, how he makes his analysis. That white costume man is hell for Ghana. He really must be prosecuted and jailed. The government must confiscate all assets. He has let people die out of pain and anxiety, especially those whose money is locked in various collapsed banks. I am Ben from Kaswa. Okay, a lot of messages are coming. My mention was also, hello, Kwaku. I am euphoric to see the former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta face arrest as a custodian of our common purse. He must be held accountable. The Special Prosecutor's action today demonstrates a commitment to justice, straightforwardness. I eagerly await the prosecution of others who's embezzled Ghanaians' funds. Justice is now. Ghana must work again, and I'm proud to be a Ghanaian. Eko Thomas, no, the free Tema Committee 4 Good evening, Kwaku. Please, I'm Ernest Kwanzaa from Dasman. Hey, Kwaku, are you really opening my eyes, Pao, on those collapse of banks? But I heard that some amount of billions of dollars got lost at BOG. Ken Ofori-Atta is really a Judas. Good evening. I'll say to you all, I am Beatrice from Acheampong, watching you live. I am enjoying the program. I like my big brother because he always say the truth to please. Can I get his number?
Okay.
I see. Yeah, nipe number there. Joke. I'll say please do back to sender again. Do what? Go back to sender again to Ashanti Bedie too. Something like that. Well, see, please, why don't you get reply for what I wrote? Please, sometime when something. I don't understand what is happening here. Let me show you. Good evening, Kwaku. Are you? Or say you are doing a great job for Mother Ghana. May the fire from heaven consume any evil people with their evil heart together with their evil plan, and these people stand against you because of you are indeed saving Mother Ghana. They were paralyzed and rust in their sick bed. Kwaku, this program is hitting across the globe. Kwaku, why wouldn't you repeat your program on Sunday together with Hopeson Hdorye, that Ghanaians would understand certain things that is going wrong? Well, you better say it. Yeah, let me post some messages near Yemra as you better wrap it up. Now, looking at NPP say, now the NPP is even making noise. Say, Starley, they call what? Yeah, they call you away no in members of parliament even so air complaining for what is a minority leader no crano. Saying. No, before I finish on minority leader, I apologize on behalf of the security services.
Majority
leader, Ayaraga. What is I know?
Oh, suddenly, I mean, parliament. I
don't know the circumstances of person. Well,
no
can I get the video? MCR, Mama video na Mahama Ayaraga video. They say, apologize for the fact that security services got it wrong. And what exactly is he trying to assuage? Say, Obama's apology now. And folks, is the video ready? Take a listen to this video.
I have called the relevant stakeholders in the matter to find out exactly what happened. Mr. Speaker, it is true that the private residence of the former Minister of Finance was entered into by operatives of the military and the police, led by the somebody who we believe works at the National Security Coordinator's office. Mr. Speaker, his name is Mr. Jakwa. Mr. Speaker, we have investigated the matter, and we want to say and assure our fellow countrymen and our colleagues in this House that we have received assurances from the Office of the National Security Coordinator that it was not intended that that should happen, and that occurrence is most regrettable and unfortunate, and he wants to give this House his word and assurance that a thing like that.
Majority leader no Mahama Ayaraga no na all canisms. Quite a number of them are expressing concern. the floor of the House again, raising issues to do with the modus operandi of the special prosecutor and then also allied security services and so forth to suggest that that Rambo style is untenable. Therefore, Mahama Ayaraga finally then rendered an apology on behalf of the security service and so forth. So, Ebasia, is it a way also to embolden others to stand by and say, "Muntimi mayefi next council session one person as well"? Hopeson, is this the right approach?
Oh, no, dear. One say, or a leader of government business. Adam Crawford so or my say, or Mubeye or Mohoti say, Cadison. Or my own Hunkotako. And yes, I say we be in a home. You be the door. Or so per government business, Ecoso.
Yeah.
Eti, no, the matured way.
Yeah.
To calm the tempers and then forward. But I can assure the whole Ghana say this thing will not deter the security services.
That's right.
It cannot. The Adamo can say was a special operations director at the National Security Service. And not just operations director, special operations director.
Yeah.
Eti one no war the duties are obey. So on it. Sabe bia ni wa yakobo bonkrofo suma na head na babeja yes ya bobo mo sum ni ade ade ese o kam tempest da I don't know does it mean say ese so omura wo fi omura e ti one dey mo mo fa no enko chise omo ho enyenye yes anuama
yeah
say ese so omura ho a obubewura so we are talking about Ghana sika ye lusu any ade no de hwehwe amanfo asori omonya aduane ni amanfo asori nsuoma wobo light dum ede de kaika ho we need money to do all those things and jane there I can tell you say said the tie bia no ebekoso womo suspect won ade a they will come and search you womo koye womo antutu ofie ho ana omo anfo omo nsanka obi a ofie ho womo wura ho ana omo search adenti ada ese ma ne yet say you got to say where do you see wo Ken Ofori-Atta fie ho no what will be and see ho no but you should be aware hey me so omunya like they will come you who say BBC ekoso ofie they will come there and search.
They will come
this there is a country we are building a country
exactly now
etian ka say democracy ntina wa be trans wo tete wo ye dream ni ade a yes say democracy nti we cannot come and search you now we see ka go pass na wodi enya
yeah I carry 5 minutes then we walk out now still on the security belt no say for the IGP continue to stay in office and it's beginning to be very worrying. Police ifogusu yedede o minim signals I will pick it on the ground as of now with respect to the IGP still in office.
Memenya penny bi pa ne di nkomo. Anam gaje say wonim the implications of what is going on.
Yeah.
Ono si wonim pa. And then me throw bibi wo me Facebook me say time will surely tell.
Yeah.
What say it's just a matter of time. Men kama kumantumia. Men kama kumantumia. Enye bibia that the dear America kekeni aye. To the binyambo treboko. They know what they are doing.
I see.
And no Emma major reshemu kakra.
Oh, okay.
Na me no wo ka say lobbying the kosopa.
Papa.
But you see a toda when you get the opportunity.
Yeah.
Na o missing na one missing forever. And then bibia obey bia enka hu. Enye obi afebiem. Wa won yet no. O call ye na no. Let the people know say yes, this is you. And to say na what. Me hu IGP a wa ba. So hani aso Facebook live.
Aye.
No nam. Odru baby obi chinikala we no aje no onum. Na kala wele no ye say den e kwani na wo nam ha ye hia himfo ha ade ne kai ka ho si papa yi o president did that chi bia na si de
yeah
so on ete
yeah
sadi ya wo ye nyina won se first no kra na wo kwa na poba vo no edi na chi ne colleagues yi COPs no no mu didi nachi eto mre bi na afa wo wo mo te se first ni bi eni ade eti in fact maka aka number 1 worry me in the Ghana Police Service is the break of saying the chain of command. A break, you know, is serious. Me say ya nhwe ya.
There are some
who say within the shortest possible time. Na baby aginsem. Robbery ebe kokoso nsem basabasa ebe kokoso any ade. Obi ti onu mo ti wodin onkasa. What I say? Because Kwaku ye wouldn't be a baby. Sure. Obi ka bibia is here, wo near 2. Ya more transfer near the Oko. Any other. Say Sasemui. Emrepina police officer bi. Omu call baby say ya. Anna commodity mu say afe junior officer. Me onye junior pasa. And one of the commissioners. Ekokushia wo eye ye kan say officers mess. Obuko share officers mess ado budin komo neja. Omaje omu bi e 1 bottle bi se omoni. Papa ibe hu se wone ayi si ho pe. Asem aba. 3 days time bebefe. Oh. Ni amako anu so de no kwa another region. Wow. Because he say obeto say one in the colleague Eti I mean, what kind of you don't know? I don't know for even. Wow. The persona, Mupa attend Moja Juma together. Look, many free who Ghana Police Service. This is the first time, but who said, Sir, Dakota yet so wide.
Very.
So, Wamwa ye who or more or more bad and fully more one more could that lobone or pombonu one or munina. What do you say? And yes, no problem, new police service in the movie. But then to say, Yamba creative para ayi, I say every unity be a war and crophobia or moye. Police in Indian Comograno who's a young one for me by no so one who can and what to. Because Obeka 7 no you come down so. What you are no afro. Ona, what you all catch me at Heno. I mean, what kind of a you know? A bassa, a bayer dang, I don't want to my Juma at your ball, mine Ghana. Ghana is not about one person.
Yeah.
It's about all of us. About all of us. And now go for one retire.
One retire.
And Homesa, I just convoy, pin,
not at all.
Not at all. Eh, Bibia wo Ashase biano. E wa wiye. Etime de me maka. Me say so. Say government of Ghana NDC are buying. Yo, good Mesade Hopeson about because this is a development story. But Hopeson, quick one. Yes, me can just 100 years ewo ati have a wama. Messages go and yasam keto cho. I say 100 years of art. And I mean, almost so far. The whole of that day. No, not get some miko. But miko kumasi the previous day. Okay. And I'm be drew Sunday. Time I be drew you know. Yeah. Because I made driver me kodoma aye. But ombe hu me enche. That's right. Say I gave my pledge. So me person